Now you're live.
Now I'm live. Friday Night Flies with Scotty Holmes and Big Bad Brad. That's it.
That's it. We're solo missions. Actually, you know what? Dave Keller was in earlier from Backcountry Fishing Tours.
Yeah.
.com. He's one hell of a sturgeon fisherman. And he had a different fly I've never seen before called the booby. And you've got a different version of that. But it's not a booby, but it also uses a floating material.
That's really funny. Yeah, I was saying that to Brad just before we.
And you had no idea.
And I definitely had no idea. I thought I was going to be tying solo tonight, but Dave showed up. Thanks for showing up, Dave, because it's always nice to have a guest on the show and to have people coming in to tie flies. But yeah, we're tying a similar style fly. Like the idea of a fly that is, well, mine is thrown with a heavy sink tip or enough weight to get it down, and then a very short leader coming off of it to let the fly hover above. So what it's doing is it's preventing it from getting caught up on the bottom, what David said, with all of the debris and stuff that's down there at the bottom, and it gives a nice presentation to the fish, and it works deadly. In lakes, for me, this is definitely a lake pattern. I wouldn't use it on rivers. I wouldn't use it very many places, but in lakes, it works like a charm. It's just the way to go for throwing a leech, especially when you got a lot of
structure,
yeah,
weed beds,
anything
like that.
Stuff on the bottom.
That's what we're saying.
Stuff on the bottom. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with the name booby fly prior to this one too.
Did you?
Of course. Oh, yeah,
well, booby fly. Who wouldn't want to say booby fly?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I have to say a floating.
Yeah, because like yourself, we used a chunk of dick float. And
yeah.
Putting just dick float on your booby.
Same sort of thing. Yeah. But it's a floating leech, and it works really, really well. And I would tie it in black. As I said to Brad, I don't have the long black material that I need, because I have what they call black chenille, but it's the stuff that looks purple, and I wouldn't use that as much.
It resembles a leech, right? Leeches typically are black, brown. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a green one, but I think in certain parts of the states down south they are green.
Yeah.
Typically, we're talking dragonfly nymphs and damsels, and we're talking green here in Canada. So, I mean, you're not just covering the leech base. You're covering a lot of different things.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're not going to be too picky.
And the whole theory here when time flies is that colors interchange.
You're right.
Yeah. You look at a pattern and you go, okay, well, he tied it with green, and so all I have to do is I want to tie it with black, and I want to tie it in brown. So you get the same materials or similar type materials, and you tie it.
Go with it.
And you go with it, yeah.
Yeah, let's go down there and have a look at this path quick, and then you can show us how to tie it.
Okay.
Let's see it, Scotty. It's there, buddy.
Okay. Well, there you have it. We're using polar chenille and olive. As I said, use it in black. It's the same stuff, but you need the long fibers, and that's the stuff that I didn't have in black. So we're stuck with that. We're going to tie with we got a marabou tail and just a couple pieces of flash in there.
Yeah, you don't have to go over the top. I mean, you're going to get a ton of flash coming from that UV chenille. Yeah, as it is.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Anytime you can throw a little bit of flash in there, it always helps. It helps me anyhow.
It never hurts. That's for sure, right?
Or I wouldn't be wearing a gold watch or a gold ring, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so that being said, we're gonna tie this up. We got a nice little hot spot here on the top. Super simple to tie. We're gonna have this done in about 5 minutes, I think. So why don't we get it done, and let's show you how to get it done here. Get it done. Yeah.
Get her done.
Okay, let's go. Get the hook and the vise. This is a size 8 Daiichi streamer hook, and we are going to use, where is my thread? We're going to use 6/0 in black in uni thread to start, and then we'll tie our hot spot on at the end there.
That poor Dave Keller was under the gun a little bit. He was looking a little bit like a deer in the headlights.
Was he?
Yeah, I had to walk it through a little bit, but he did well. First show. I mean, it can be a little intimidating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Being in front of the camera. You're a seasoned veteran, of course, Scotty. You've been with us forever, and I think you've tied about 50 different flies already online or more. And if you've missed any of Scotty's, you can watch him live, or that wouldn't be live, it'd be recorded at FridayNightFlies.com. There is a website there full of other useful patterns that are very fishy. And Scott and Ben Davies and the other Scott, Scotty Boulder.
Hopefully Boulder's watching tonight.
Oh, he probably is. He can't get enough of this show. Anyhow, you can check their profiles there, and on their profile, we've just actually updated it as of last Friday, so that all the patterns that they've tied they're all there. And there's a lot of them. You can spend a couple days there.
Yeah, you want to tie it down to about the edge of the hook so you can get your tail in there. Cut that off. Make sure it's nice and tight. Just give it another light wrap. I'm not pulling too hard on it.
Yeah, so that's why you're using the Type 6s and Type 4s or whatever. You're using a fast sink, and then shorten your leader up too.
Yeah.
You're saying, and it's a quick stripping motion that that makes that thing dip and dive. It'd definitely give it a little bit different motion in the water for sure.
So we're going to get ourselves a marabou feather.
I mean, it wouldn't stop moving. Even if you're in between strips, it's still moving.
Well, I think that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a stillwater fisherman, this is a stillwater fishing dream.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I like stillwater fishing. I much prefer.
Well, especially where we live. There's tons of little lakes that are full of giant fish. I mean, what is there not to like about that? Hey, Scotty? I mean, if you're not getting enough of it, there's a few bigger lakes.
With some bigger fish.
Just bigger fish. It kind of goes the same way as the aquarium thing. You know, the smaller the aquarium, the smaller the fish. But that's not the case when you know, you got fish that have good feeding habits.
So we got our marabou in there. We're going to tie in a couple pieces of flash.
Blue
flash. Wrap that tail in so it doesn't come out. You can trim down the bits at the end. And then we're going to tie on a piece of chenille.
UV, baby.
Yeah, I think this is. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's definitely UV.
Is it?
I can tell by looking at it. That's UV. I've got an eye for UV.
The nice thing about this, the colors with some of these chenilles is they're kind of blended. This, as much as it is, all of it's still kind of tanny.
Oh, it's nice stuff, man. When the sunlight hits that stuff.
You know, that's what we should hit up for a sponsorship. How many flies have we tied with UV chenille?
Oh, probably 60, 70.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's a reason for it.
Hairline dubbing. There it is, right there. Polar chenille.
Yeah.
In olive. Well, yeah, it's useful stuff. There's no question.
Well, man, when it first hit the market, the UV dubbing, I was using it on my steelhead jigs. And I mean, there was people coming up to me on the river just like, man, what are you using?
Really?
Oh, it was unreal. Because I'd just go in. I'd go in behind somebody that just went in there and fished like your typical steelhead patterns. And I would literally clean up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'd pull 5 or 6 steelhead out of the hole the guy just fished.
And I mean, what the heck, eh?
Yeah, like, okay, you're casting about the same as I am, but you're catching fish. There's something wrong here. I need to know what you're using. And the only difference was is that we were putting the UV chenille to our patterns.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried UV, get out to your
Get a
local
package
Fly
and
Time
give it a try.
shop and give it a shot.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. And the best part about it is that, you know, for beginner tires and for anybody, it's just super easy to use and doesn't require a lot of reinforcement to go over it.
It's tough as nails.
Yeah, so you're not having to wrap the wire in. You're not having to do a lot of extra steps.
And the thing is it's relatively new still. So, I mean, not everybody and their dog has fished with it. I think that might be just the difference, you know, really. Other than, yeah, the UV patterns really stand out. When and I believe fish see in UV color, right?
Yes,
From what
yes,
I understand.
I believe they do too. I mean, I don't know. How do you really know, you know?
Well,
Fish tests? They do tests like with fish like they do with monkeys?
well, they must. I don't know. Hey, that's why question and answer is open right now. If you know,
For
hit us
fact,
up.
yeah. Tell
hit
us.
us up for a fact. Question and answer is open. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, so you're working this up here, and you can see you can be really fiddly and make sure every little stand sticks out. Or you can just wrap real quick, and no matter what, just keep pulling your fibers back is the key. And then you want to wrap to about just beyond the foam, maybe one wrap beyond the foam. You do two, and then tie it off.
You were working on a fly tank too, weren't you?
Yeah. What the heck would you call it? What did I call it before? A water tank. So a flow tank, that's what we call it.
Flow tank.
Yeah, so you can see how you're...
This would be a great fly to throw in
To
there
see how it flows,
works,
yeah. Although, you're not going to have the action of the sink tip.
Well, if you pulled it off the side of the flow tank or off the... Yeah, because that would be like a trolling motion, right?
Right.
Or your swinging motion.
So right now I'm just building up a little bit of a head. Ooh, wrong tool. What am I doing?
We'll finish that sucker.
Let's finish that sucker first.
Or you using that little stubby that I left up there?
Yeah.
That's actually a nice little whip finisher, isn't it?
Oh, it's not bad.
Then you're gonna finish it off with a little hot spot, or
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of that UV thread that you were using, or that Dave was using. I like that. And I would use red. I mean, this is what I was gonna use, and then Brad suggested to use.
Yeah, if you're going with a UV theme, you might as well keep it UV.
So we take that off like that, and then we're gonna tie on the UV. Those scissors are gold at the end there.
Well, I think that's those are my scissors, and I think Scotty uses it for cutting his wire. Note, he uses my scissors, not his. Rotten bugger.
Yeah, Scotty's on vacation right now.
Yeah, he just bought himself a nice trailer, and he's probably off. Where did he say he was going? Anyway?
Well, I talked to him today because I had a couple questions to ask him, and he was in he's in Kelowna right now.
A rotten bugger, eh? He's
Yeah.
probably down there,
Well,
houseboating or fishing, and
think about how nice it would have been there today, eh?
oh, I bet you it was just smoking. There's a bobkin there, or bodkin. Do you see it there somewhere?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of head cement on this. Oh, wow! I said a little, didn't I?
Yeah, you can just touch it with your finger. Whatever.
It's really runny compared to the stuff I use up. Make sure you poke out the hole.
God. Yeah, the damn tip is all bent on that one. Somebody was having fun. Anyhow, there you have it.
Yeah.
There
well,
is.
first we'll trim off the little tail hit. I'm just about the end of the
Marabou.
marabou, and when I trim Crystal Flash, I never trim them the same length. And that way, it prevents them from getting tangled with each other. Excuse me. So there you have it.
Roll it around. Let's have a quick look at that. The other side around. 3D, baby. So that fly will float. And you have to use a sinking line to pull it down. And that's the whole point of it. Deadly, deadly. Anyhow, let's go up top. Scotty, I'm going to try and talk you into tying another fly. But I know you had a tough day at work. And
Yeah.
there you have it.
Well, Scotty Holmes and Friday Night Flies with Big Bad Brad. And this week, the salmon fishing's been going off again. Great. It's been an amazing week. I was there just after Guy pulled out.
A monster.
A monster, yeah. A Tyee, for sure. There's no question that that baby was Tyee.
It was giant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was
Stuff like that. Dreams are made of fish like that, eh?
It's probably close to 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, eh?
It was just absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got a picture on your thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I can do? Here, keep me busy for a second.
Okay, well, yeah, so I was there fishing. I lost my fish. Had a great time, though. It's always, as I said on my on Facebook, it's always great to hear the spin of the wind and spin of the reel, eh?
Yeah. You know what, Scotty? I got it already, bud.
Yeah.
All right, let's show that picture.
Randy from Mount Curry.
Randy from Mount Curry.
With a monster.
Yeah, you can see that's a giant Chinook salmon.
Oh.
Pushing 40 pounds. Anyhow, there it is.
Yeah. So there's our fish picture for the week on Friday Night Flies, courtesy of Randy and his amazing amount of effort that it took. I don't know whether he got wet, but he was sure sweaty looking when I showed up.
Yeah. Man, that would put up a good fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Friday Night Flies. I think Boulder will be back next week. I'm not sure if I'll be here next week. I'm going on vacation next week, but definitely someone will be here to tie flies on Friday Night Flies. Signing out for tonight.
My guess is I'll probably be here too.
Yeah.
My schedule will start to get pretty busy with the guiding, so this that time of year. If you guys are looking to get up and do some fly fishing up here in beautiful British Columbia,
come and see Brad at Spud Valley Sporting Goods.
Yeah, check us out online at PembertonFishFinder.com. We're your fly fishing guys, man, for sure. Anyhow, we're signing out.
Scotty Holmes, Friday Night Flies. Catch some fish, have some fun. We'll see you next week.